All right. Hey guys, what's going on? Today is a special day. It's probably one of the most special lives that we have done so far. And it's because we have a very special guest. Today we are going to be going live with Eric at I Drink Haterade. If you've been around the channel for any length of time, you guys know who Eric is. Eric is a Lego enthusiast. He has sent us some of the best sets that we have on display behind us, up to and including the UCS Millennium Falcon. So that's going to be going on in about 10 minutes or so. So guys, pop some popcorn. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Hey, how is everybody? It's Friday night. The week is over. I am super excited about that. And I got to brag, okay? I got to brag. You guys can see something peeking out right here. I did a thing, guys. I did a thing. As I announced a couple nights ago, I have a newfound, actually, it's an old obsession that I have allowed to resurface. So today, I got the UCS X-Wing Fighter. Come on, baby! This thing is huge. This is probably the largest X-Wing set I have ever seen. It is massive, and it is such a cool set. The details on this thing are nuts. To go into attack mode, it actually has a little Technic, like knob back here that slowly opens up into your attack mode. Such a sick set, guys. Such a sick set. I am so excited about this set. This is right underneath the UCS Millennium Falcon. So we got it. It's a massive set, guys. It is such a big set. But you know, oh, wait. Oh, that's weird. If you go too far, it'll start opening back up again. Okay, so anyways, we picked this bad boy up. We got a screaming deal on it. It was from a fan, and yeah, awesome opportunity. Why are you breathing so hard? Because I just picked up a UCS X-Wing Fighter. This thing is like ultra fragile. If I drop it, game over, bro. Can I have the Harry and Hermione? No. $279. Normally we don't talk about the finances here, but I felt like that was a good enough deal to be proud of. I got this thing for $279, which is a screaming deal. These sets go for like $500, so it is 99.9% complete. There is one missing piece, and it's a piece that luckily I've got about 1,000 of. So, that's awesome that you got a great deal. Yeah. Destroy it? Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, and then, if that wasn't enough, let me show you what else we got. To go, you know, we're in a modular mood lately. We've been going hardcore on these modulars. And I told you all that this set was going to be retiring. So I would not be doing due diligence if I did not go and grab Assembly Square. Assembly Square will be added to the Earl Fam City here pretty soon, once we get the corner garage. Many unboxed Lego sets do you have? Not a ton. Probably 15, 16. Dude, change your shirt. It's the Gremlin shirt, man. This is like my Showtime shirt. Would you like a Lego train? I would love one. The king is back. Hey, thanks, fam. Where's the best place to get Lego? Honestly, it's hard to beat Lego.com or the Lego store. I mean, that set right there, let's see, we got, because it's double points until the 20th, so I think we wound up getting it for like, I want to say, so it was $279, so we wound up getting about $600 worth of points on it, so yeah, super cool. Where's your hockey jersey? You know, the other guy was just complaining I never changed my shirt, so I had to change the hockey jersey at least. Do you like Lego? You know, just a little bit. I mean, it's not like something that I've built like my whole, channel around. So again, guys, yeah, we've got Eric coming on here in about 2 minutes. So I'm super excited to get this. How many tattoos do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 tattoos. What's my favorite Lego set? The UCS Millennium Falcon, definitely. This UCS X-Wing right here is probably going to be number 2 now. I'm super stoked about this. I don't have a place to put it just yet, so that is going to be a little bit of a problem. Let's see, this light's not even on, so I can turn that away. I'm trying to make room on my workspace. Me and Eric were going to build the same set together, but this is like my first interview, so I told him, I was like, let's just chat. Let's just play with Lego. No big builds, and let's just chat. So I'm going to look at this beautiful, incredible UCS X-Wing. I was in yesterday's live too. That's interesting, because I was not in yesterday's live. Yesterday's live did not exist, but Wednesday we went live. I don't build Legos, but for some reason I enjoy watching you. Well, you know what, man? I enjoy having you here. Hey, is that Bambi's in now? Awesome, yeah. So I'm sipping on a little bit of boba today. We went up to the mall. Bringing in a new Earl fam member. Who's that, Bam? Let's go. What's your rarest Lego set? Let's see. The 1999 X-Wing is rare. If you're talking about rare as in like hard to find, that's a good question. I'm going to say probably the 1999 X-Wing. But the UCS Millennium Falcon is incredibly hard to find right now. This UCS X-Wing is really hard to find. I meant Wednesday. I asked what your favorite build was. Oh, cool. Right on. Well, hey, welcome back. Hang on. So I'm gonna actually invite Eric real quick. I'm going to move you guys a little bit closer for a second. We've never done this. Let's see. Eric, make sure that you are going live right now. There we go. Where are you? Hey, Ziggy Salvation is in. What's up? You ever buy your Lego from Disney World? No, I have not bought any Lego from Disney World, but I think it'd be cool. Let's see. There we go. I'm trying to invite Eric over. No, I see you, Ziggy Salvation. It says, hey, I can't comment for some reason, so interesting. Okay, there we go. Eric just went live. Let me see. Boom. Oh, Eric, you gotta set yourself to allow me to invite you, sir. Just bought the UCS Millennium Falcon. Nice. That's cool. That's rad. Eric, if you hit the co-live button down there on the bottom, and then up in the top right corner, there's a settings tab, and it says receive invites to co-hosts, receive invites from suggested live hosts. So that should allow us to connect here pretty soon. Living that childhood. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to give my kids that childhood. I feel like everything right now is on a, bam, dual lives are a thing. If we can figure them out, I'm not sure. I see everybody, I can invite everyone to co-host except for Eric for some reason. It says no feature. I don't know what that means. Hey, well, one of the mods Google what no feature access means. How many Lego sets do you have? We've probably got, let's see. We've probably got around 150, maybe 200, somewhere in between there. Are you building today? Kind of. We're going to be hanging out with Eric, going live together. I got some interview questions for him. We're going to stay hydrated because, of course, we're going to stay hyped. Yeah, the pre-orders aren't released until June 1st. So, saw the live and I liked it for background sound, but the end of the lives are so good. Oh, thank you so much, Nathan. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, Eric is no longer live. Maybe he's fixing some settings. I think I want to get into Lego. What should I start with? You know what? That's a good place to camp for a second. Stratus, let's talk for a second about what you like. Are you into Harry Potter? Are you into Star Wars? What gets you going? Like for me, I love Star Wars. So I love Star Wars. I love Harry Potter. So any of those that I can grab, I try to grab them immediately. Man, I love this question. I wish I could get it more. I know, it's such a cool question. I'm also building a lot of cities. Avengers or Harry Potter. Okay, cool. You know, right now, these sets, hang on. There's a whole series of these sets right now. It's like the Great Hall, the Astronomy Tower, the Clock Tower. These are really intricate builds. They're not terribly expensive. I think they're anywhere from $80 to $120. But as you can see from the back, very in-depth builds, not a ton of super advanced techniques, so they're great for people starting out. And on top of that, they're amazing for people who are just now getting in. So I highly recommend this one. This is the Astronomy Tower. I also recommend the Great Hall. I haven't built that one, but I really like that one. And then, yeah, let's see what else. The Clock Tower also. The Clock Tower is a cool set too. So, yeah, those ones are really, really nice. My sister has that one. Yeah, it's a good set. It's a good set. And it comes with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minifigures. The Clock Tower comes with like 9 or 10 minifigures. So, yeah, super good sets. Super, super good sets. I haven't done the Astronomy Tower or the Clock Tower yet. Yeah, Stratus. So there you go. Pick yourself up one of those sets. I think honestly the Astronomy Tower is my favorite. Do you love the castle? I had a lot of fun building the castle. It's a little fragile for my taste. It's a great centerpiece back there. I don't know if I'm in love with it. I wouldn't consider it like something that I'm super in love with. But yeah, I love the modular buildings. They're my favorite. You know, honestly, right now, they're probably one of my favorites too. We're working on the corner garage right now. Yeah, Kai, that's what I was thinking too. So, Eric, you may have to go in, if you hit the co-live button down on the bottom, and then you go to the top right of that screen, there's like a little cog wheel there. And that will drop down, with privacy settings. So I'm not sure if we can't get it going. If we can't figure that out, do you want to maybe do next week? And Crystal, do you want to go live with me tonight? We could do that. Thinking of buying the Creator pirate ship. Have you built that one before? Yeah. So the Creator pirate ship, I'm thinking of Barracuda Bay. No, the Creator, the 3-in-1 pirate ship is pretty cool. My only problem with those 3-in-1 sets is, you know, they say 3-in-1, and if I was to think about what I would expect from a 3-in-1 set, I probably would think that it would be a 3-in-1, you know, you can build 3 different pirate ships out of this. Unfortunately, with the Creator sets, that's not really how it works. You can build a pirate ship. I think it's like a Skull Island thing, and then like a pirate store or something like that. So yeah, they're cool. Eric, let me know if you want to do that. Do you want to just switch out to next Friday, and we can figure out what's going on? Poor Crystal. Get that shot in quick, girl. Would you get the Death Star or Falcon, considering the prices? Falcon, 110%. Especially if we're talking about the current Death Star. The current Death Star is not a set that I would spend any amount of money on. It's just not one that I'm super... It looks like a play set. It doesn't look like a UCS set. I mean, seriously, it does not look like a UCS set at all. So yeah, that, to be honest, that Death Star was never even on my radar. I do really like the Falcon. So I've got the Falcon back here, thanks to Eric. And yeah, I'm loving the build so much. It barely even looks like a Death Star. Right. It looks like a weird, play set. It's like, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about the details in the castle. So, in Hogwarts, what I like about it and what I hate about it, it's a twofer. What I like about it is that it looks beautiful. What I don't like about it is that it's built to micro scale, and what that means is that it's not built to the scale of minifigures. Like you can look at this, and this is clearly made for minifigures to go inside. No, this one has nothing. So it's got micro figures, which are super tiny. Now it does capture a lot of scenes from the movie. It's got the Chamber of Secrets. It's got the room with the it's got the room with the flying keys. So yeah, it's got a lot of stuff that represents the movie very well. The staircases that move. Really liked those things. Hey, thank you so much, Finn. Finn says big fan. Lots of details in it. So that's really nice. But honestly, I'm not in love with the micro figure scale. And it's fragile. It's such a fragile build. Every time I feel like I'm moving the two pieces, it's like this thing's going to fall apart. Pop Talk says, we love you. Thank you, Pop Talk. I really appreciate that. Hey, you know what? Crystal, why don't you jump in? And Eric, you and I will get together next week. We'll go live with Eric next week. Crystal, do you want to send me an invite right now? Yeah, how long do builds take? You know, sometimes I can finish a build in an hour. We try to focus on these hour-long, 2-hour-long lives where we build very small sets. And that way when people come in and they view it and it's fun and exciting and they get a payoff at the end. Sometimes, like what we're doing right now, we've been working on the corner garage together. And hey, how are you, Missy? We're working on the corner garage together, and we that thing is thousands and thousands of pieces. So, that's going to take a bunch of different, lives. So, it just, hey, Kayla's in. Do you know when the Harry Potter buildable figures are available to buy? They're available to buy right now. You can go to lego.com as of today and go purchase those. You can't, however, you cannot get them until June 1st. So if you go buy them, just know you're going to be waiting just a hair before you're able to get them. Again, I'm sipping down some boba. I'm not a huge boba guy, but my daughter got it, and then like halfway through drinking it was like, nope. So, so I picked it up and it's good. It's all right. It's like chewy tea. I don't know how else to say it. It feels just like chewy tea. Well, I'll take it. What happened to the Millennium Falcon? It's right back over here. Oh, I didn't see the buildable figures on there. I'll have to take another look. Now, Anne-Marie, you may have to be a VIP. Signing up for a VIP is not hard. Hey, Kyla, don't worry. Don't worry about not being able to stay on the whole time. We're trying to figure out this whole going co-live thing because we want to add a piece to the podcast. I want to be able to interview you guys and chat about who you are. Have you built the Bugatti or the Lamborghini? No, I haven't. I won't answer any questions about my kids. Sorry. Other than they're wonderful. I love them to death. The usual parent things. Hey, who saw Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Did anybody see Falcon and the Winter Soldier last night? Or this morning? Man, I love that show. I'm so loving that show. It's a fun show. If you guys aren't watching it and you like Marvel, go watch it. The other one didn't really feel much like Marvel until the end. I didn't get a super big kick out of it. But this one totally feels like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It actually feels like Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the movie. It feels like a sequel to that. All right, is Crystal on? Let's see. So how, let's see. Anybody got big plans this weekend before we jump into the podcast? Speaking of podcast, guys, the new episode of the podcast is live right now. You guys can find that. Yeah, Crystal, jump on. There we go. All right, so Crystal's going to be coming on. So we're going to switch this. We're going to have Eric next week. Eric, don't worry. You and I will hook up next week, okay? I'm talking to Oliver Phelps on Sunday. He's my favorite actor. What? Really? How are you talking to Oliver Phelps? And who is Oliver Phelps? I feel like I should know this. Oliver Phelps. Let's see. I'm going to look up Oliver Phelps. You guys probably already all know who Oliver Phelps is, huh? Oliver Phelps. He's George or Fred or one of them. That's cool. Wait, so how are you talking to him? Oh, you think Walker's gonna join the Flag Smashers? Interesting. That's an interesting theory. It could happen. So yeah, Kai, I need to know how. What's the name of the podcast, and is it on Spotify? Can listen while gaming. Nice. So it's Brick Talk, the Lego Fan Podcast. So yeah, go check it out. Sorry to ask, are you in the UK? As I still can't find them, and I am a VIP already. I'm not in the UK. Hey guys, here we go. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey, there she is.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
Great. Happy
This
to
is
be
exciting.
here.
So Crystal, you are our first co-live, our first real co-live. We had that one who popped in. I don't even remember her name. We followed her, but so thanks for being available at such late notice.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So what are your Friday plans that we're ruining?
Oh, I had no Friday plans. This
You
was
had no
my Friday
Friday-
plan. Watching your live was my Friday plan.
Nice. Hey, everybody, can we get a let's go for Crystal? If you guys aren't already following DrigiblePlum28, go over there, follow Crystal. Thank you again for being with us. So I'm going to ask you some questions, okay?
Yeah.
First off, do you have any Lego to play with? Like, I told Eric to just grab a handful and just build something.
I got something really cool in today.
Oh, nice. What is it?
Disney Addict sent me the Lego Hedwig set. I had.
Oh, how cool!
I know. I was telling her that Hedwig was one of my favorite, non-human characters in Harry Potter, and she sent me the set today. So yeah, I could pop this open.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. That's amazing. Don't have any expectation of being able to finish it, because as you know, these lives. Yeah. No, that's great. That's one of my favorite sets. Okay. I know we've kind of talked about this before, but can we bring up Hedwig's death again? Like how it's such a non-moment in the movie.
I know.
Like, why didn't they give her the moment she deserved?
Well, one thing I do appreciate about the movie is that they made Hedwig's death something where like she sacrificed herself, where in the books she just kind of died sadly in her cage.
Yeah.
So they did give her a hero moment, but I don't think they gave Harry enough time to like wallow in that, so we could feel sad
at all. And then also Mad Eye Moody too. Just like at the end of it, Harry's just like, oh, so I guess those guys died.
He's not here anymore. All right,
yeah.
On to the next thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I never trusted him. Even in the books, I always felt like there was going to be a weird twist where it was like, oh, I'm still a bad guy,
Yeah, it was underwhelming for sure because you do expect more. He was my favorite character when he was Barty Crouch, like when he was evil. He was my favorite character, and then we didn't get to see much out of like the regular Moody. That was a little
totally. So, Crystal, how do you pick what set you're gonna build next?
I don't know. It's kind of weird because I go between my Star Wars sets and my Harry Potter sets. So I'm constantly bouncing between the two. And I haven't
seen any of your Star Wars sets.
I assume no one's going to like it because everyone comes to me for the Harry Potter stuff. So I assume they're not going to like the Star Wars stuff.
Your brand authority is in Harry Potter.
That's what it is. And
your name, Drigible Plum, also very Harry Potter.
I did it to myself. I 100% did it to myself. I branded myself and went from there.
I do kind of feel like that sometimes when I'll post a Harry Potter build or I'll post a Star Wars build and people are like, yeah, that's cool. And then I'll post an illegal Lego build, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
So you're like, "Yes, more of this. I want more infinity bricks."
Yeah, exactly. It's like
you should do the infinity bricks in each stone of like the infinity stones, like the colors.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. I actually just shipped off the infinity brick to our winner. More. Yeah, so I gotta go build more. I think we're gonna make it a thing. Like I was talking to Lindsay about like making them permanent either by like gluing or melting the plastic and then turning them into keychains and then just sending them out to, random followers and stuff.
That would be cool.
That
would be cool. That'd be a unique, one of a kind kind of like.
Totally.
Because I have Lego keychains, but nothing like an infinity brick.
Okay, you have Lego keychains. Do you get the minifigures?
I do. I have the Star Wars one, so I have a Stormtrooper and I think Vader and Chewie.
Do yours break?
No, because I just dangle them near my Star Wars stuff, so I never really touch them. I just like them for inspiration, really.
So I got a Mr. Gold keychain, and I was like, I'm gonna throw this on my keys. Worst decision ever. It broke in like 15 days, and then it was game over after that. So I did get that VIP keychain, and that wound up, that's solid metal, so that holds up pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you like the non-buildable things from Lego, like the cups and the keychains?
I do. I'm a collector. So I find a thing, I hyperfixate on it, and I need to get as many of that thing as possible. So even if it's something that's not necessarily like functional or something that you can use, like even if it was a cup that I couldn't even drink an espresso out of, I'd probably still get it just to have it because it's Lego.
That's kind of like this guy. Like I have, it holds my extra pieces. I do not ever drink out of this. Okay,
so I've made this joke before in my lives, but I literally have a butterbeer cup for Universal Studios that I keep my minifigs in.
Oh, nice. So that's awesome.
It's just
what do you do with your extra pieces? I feel like I have tons of extras.
Extra pieces? Yeah. Sammy, he's saying goodbye for the night. I'm doing a dual live with Mo.
Oh, well, I have to check it out.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Mo.
Hey, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. So extra pieces that I get with my Lego sets, I just stick them back in plastic Ziploc bags and throw them back in the boxes. Yeah. I don't throw out my boxes, so I just put them back.
Oh, you don't?
I just put them back in boxes, and they're all piled in the basement.
I had delusions of grandeur that I was going to keep all of my boxes. And I'll tell you what, after a while, it got pretty crazy. We had to look at like getting a storage unit just for boxes. And I was like, this isn't worth it. This isn't worth it. So now I have the boxes that I really love. My favorite box of all time is the ship in a bottle box
Oh
from the
yeah.
Lego Ideas. Sal
Yeah.
sent that one to us.
Oh, you
That
did?
one is like one of my absolute favorite boxes. So I'll keep those. I'm going to keep the Millennium Falcon box.
Obviously, yeah.
I trashed the Jurassic Park box, which I didn't want to do, but again, it was such a big box. So yeah, I don't
So is the
think.
castle. The Harry Potter
Yeah,
castle is like, it's a giant, like, monstrous box. My cat's
I
right in it.
did.
Like, box.
Do you have Diagon Alley?
I don't have
So it's the
Diagon
same
Alley.
size box.
Is it?
And yeah, and I was looking at both, and I was like, for a while, I was using my box as a prop for the 500,000 follower giveaway, and then I was just like, this isn't gonna work. Like, I gotta get rid of it. So I didn't throw it away. I put it in storage, but it's no longer a prop.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rapid fire real quick.
Uh-huh.
Favorite set, least favorite set, and last set you purchased.
Okay, so my favorite set is the castle, Hogwarts Castle.
Mm-hmm.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
I just love it. Like, just having it just every day behind my shoulder is my favorite thing. So definitely Hogwarts Castle is my top favorite set. My least favorite set, it's the all of them. It's all the books of the classroom sets. I didn't like them. I wasn't very, the stickers and the folding. And
Sure, yeah.
I didn't like it.
I felt like those sets were, they're made to be displayed as the books, you know? Like the stuff inside, you could have put anything in there and no one's ever going to see it. Every adult collector, even kid collectors, are probably going to just display it as a book. Like I've got all four back there, just they look like books, you know?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I have them on my shelf too, and they were just very underwhelming. Privet Drive was a little underwhelming for me, but definitely the books. Half of my books barely folded correctly. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
You know, Privet Drive was I have a weird like connection with a couple sets, not because they're great sets, but because they like performed very well on views. And for some reason that Privet Drive set video that we did had like almost 2 million views.
What?
So yeah, like that'll always be close to my heart because it's like such a, monumentous occasion for us. But yeah, no, I hear you. There's those books were now I did hear this. I did hear that this is kind of what they're doing with Harry Potter now. So we got the Monster Book of Monsters was a gift with purchase.
Love that set.
Then we got all four houses. And then I hear now the idea is every year they're going to release a new book. So that by the end you'll have, and I heard, now don't get too excited because I know your feelings about this movie, but it sounds like the next one is going to be a Half-Blood Prince book.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah. And I remember you saying we don't have a lot of Half-Blood Prince merch,
No, not enough.
So the next book release should be a Half-Blood Prince set, but and then I hear they're going more towards the Monster Book of Monsters type books. Instead of play sets, they're going to be books that do something, But anyways, yeah. So, okay. So least favorite and most favorite. What's the last set that you purchased?
So I did purchase the Hogwarts Express. The train. Nice. Yeah. And I also got Bobaton Carriage secondhand. So those are the last two things that I purchased. I still have my NES set that I have yet to even touch.
Yeah. That was a fun set.
Stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think that's why I'm saving it for last. I like to savor things. So, like, I don't want to go into it, build it really fast, and then it's over. So totally. I just keep looking at it like, one of these days, I'm going to get
you. I'm going to get you.
I leave my best for
Um,
last.
yeah, and it's a pretty complex build too.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the Harry Potter sets. I mean, have you built any of the modulars?
Um, like the Astronomy Tower and stuff like that.
No, no, no. The modulars like the corner garage that we're building or the
Oh, you mean those? No.
no. So those have such advanced mechanics in their builds that sometimes I go back to the Harry Potter sets and I'm just like, this is an okay build. You know, like Bobaton's carriage. It was like, okay, it was cool. You know.
Yeah.
I loved the Hogwarts Express. I thought that was such a good one. Really, really, really liked that one. Um, let's see. Okay, so another rapid fire, okay?
Yeah.
Favorite theme, least favorite theme, and theme that you wish they would make.
Favorite theme, like what their
Yeah, like Harry
Wars,
Potter, Star Wars ideas.
as much as I love Harry Potter, as everyone knows,
Sure.
I do love the Harry Potter sets.
Okay.
I end up getting a little bored, like the colors become the monotony of just like beige and beige and beige. Like
yeah,
I get a
exactly.
little bored with building those, and I love them, but so much beige that you can do before you're like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
I like my Star Wars builds. So yeah, I mean, theme wise, I think Star Wars has it because there's just so much more variety.
That's not what I would have expected.
Yeah, there's just so much more variety of Star Wars Lego, and it keeps it different and like different building techniques than just building brick after beige brick after beige brick with the Harry Potter stuff.
That's why actually Hedwig is so nice.
Yeah.
Because there's not a beige brick in Hedwig except maybe the base, I think. You know, it's like all whites and deep browns and blacks. It's a nice build.
Yeah, like I like the Bobaton carriage because of all the different, they had the golds and the maroons and the blues. And, you know, yeah, it was a simple build, but I was able to build the whole thing on live. So that's how it was like simple.
Nice.
But,
it was very simple. Yeah.
Going. But the Harry Potter ones are rough sometimes. It's like, oh, there's a brown brick next to a beige brick and a beige brick next to a tan brick. Like,
and it's so hard to show on camera, like what's really neat about this, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, what's your least favorite theme?
Well, I've only done Star Wars and Harry Potter, so I don't have like from any other frame of reference of what my least favorite theme would be.
You've only built Star Wars and Harry Potter?
That is it. You gotta remember, I built my first Lego set, which was the Night Bus set.
Yep,
and
that's
that
right.
Felt like a year ago. So
that's right.
Yeah, I have not delved into much, and the other themes haven't really like the Marvel themes haven't jumped out at me.
Yeah.
The Batman one looks dope, so I really want to try the Batman stuff.
Do you mean the Batwing and the Batmobile?
Yeah.
Because the other Batman stuff is like, you know.
Yeah, I definitely want to do the Disney Castle one day. The Disney Castle or the little like Steamboat Mickey.
You know, that one's gonna be retiring this year.
Steamboat Mickey?
No, the castle.
Disney Castle?
Yeah, you got to get your hands on the Disney Castle ASAP. Now, you know, that's actually one of the longest running sets that's currently still available. Is the Disney Castle? Yeah. And it's never good when Lego puts out, like they don't put out anything in a theme for a long time and then they release a big set. You know the set before that's about to get retired. So when they release the train station, it's like, this is going away. But okay, so you don't have a least favorite. What's a theme that you wanted to see them do?
A theme that I would like to see them do. I don't. there's a lot that I wish I could see them do, because there's stuff that I look up, like, do they have this type of Lego set? Oh, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of like nostalgia, and I'm a huge 90s baby, and I would love if they kind of tapped into the millennial nostalgia market and pulled some things out that like would blow our mind from our childhood, things that we would really, whether you did something related to Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, or you pulled something out of, you know,
like Stickly.
Stickly, or like, I don't know, just something that really like speaks to, because I feel like a lot of, although I love this new generation of Lego builders, there's like the core demographic is a lot of us kids, like millennial kids, and I think if they just tapped into some of the things that we liked growing up as kids, 90s themed things, like that NES set spoke to my 90s babies, so that's why I grabbed it, you know. It doesn't match none of my aesthetic or the things I buy, but it touched that like child part of myself that I'm like, I need to have something that's like related to my childhood. So if they could do more things like that, I'd love that.
You know, it's a bummer that the Lego Friends set performed so poorly, because I feel like they really were like testing the waters with that, and then it just didn't sell very well. And so I feel like, you know, I hope we didn't blow our shot. But you're right. It would be cool to see like some, I don't know, like a Courage the Cowardly Dog set, you know, or like a Ren and Stimpy set.
Yes, like a Ren and Stimpy set.
You know, the problem is I've watched some of these. I've like rewatched some of these with my daughter, and I've been like, my parents let me watch this. Like, some of the jokes that they slide, especially with like Angry Beavers and Ren and Stimpy, like some of the jokes that they slide in, I'm like, what? Wait, what do you say?
Yeah, you had so much more leeway in the 90s that they just didn't, you know, they just assume everything would fly over every kid's head, which it did. I never understood any of those jokes. And then I got older myself. I'm like, oh my goodness, they really went all the way with that one.
Exactly. Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to go. So I've got a randomizer here. Okay, it's got 10,000 questions. About 5,000 of them are surface level, and about 5,000 of them are pretty deep. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
So I'm gonna just randomize the question for you. All right. Right off the bat, we're going super deep. Okay, get ready.
Okay, all right, I'm ready.
What? This is where everyone's gonna leave the podcast and be like, What is your biggest failure, and what did you learn from it?
Oh wow, my biggest
I know.
failure.
I almost felt like I shouldn't ask this.
The thing is, it's like, yeah, I'm sure I have like plenty of biggest failures, but nothing that's really impacted me long term, because I tend to just move on past it. You know, I steamroll my failures and keep going and keep hitting until I eventually succeed at what I'm trying. Like, I remember being in when I was in the military and I was in basic training. Like, I failed CPT and almost got held back, but I kept pushing and I passed it. Or you know, I dropped out of college momentarily because I thought I just wasn't smart enough to do it. And then right after I got out of the military, I hit it again. I got my degree, you know, so I've had many failures in life, but for the most part, what I learned from it is always like, you fail, sulk, you know, get in your feels for a little bit, and then pick yourself back up and then steamroll it again, and you'll get it eventually.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. So, how long what branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Air Force for 6 years.
Wow. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
What did you do?
I was a aircraft technician. My specific job, my specific job, I worked on KC-135 strato tankers, which are like the big gas stations in the sky. Cool. And these, you know, they just fuel the jets as they come up, because, you know, a lot of like fighter jets and stuff can't launch with a full tank of fuel. So they'll launch like halfway, meet our jet, fill up, and then go do their missions. Nice. So my job was just fixing the electronics in the cockpit that broke down. And it was a difficult job. it definitely is nothing like what I would do today. So
Yeah, sure.
I'm happy to have the experience, but I'm happy that the experience is gone. Oh, my mom jumped in here. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Okay. Randomizer says favorite color and why.
This is more complex than my failures.
Of course.
I
Of course.
have a simple answer for this because, I never really had one. Like, it's always been like what fit my mood that day.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I've always gone towards like maroon burgundy colors, and
Okay.
I've always loved turquoise colors. I'm all over the place, but that's more difficult than the failure.
Now you're a Ravenclaw, right? Didn't we discuss
I'm a
this?
Gryffindor.
Oh, you okay? Yeah. We're fellow Gryffindors. Yes, that's right. Okay, so I guess burgundy makes sense.
Yeah.
For the record, that's two questions that you have completely shirked around.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I have no definite answers, and it's because like I guess I can't like commit to something like just one specific
totally.
thing. I'm like, well, there's a lot of gray area and everything.
Okay, here's an easy one. I'm gonna softball for you. What got you into Lego?
Harry Potter collecting. So I was, just a regular traditional Harry Potter collector, and I saw on someone else's page that they had the Lego Night Bus displayed on their shelves. I'm like, I want that. Never built Lego in my life. I totally want that. So I picked it up at Target, and I came home and I messed up like 72 times. And once I figured out how to read directions, I was like, okay, that's fun. What else do they have? And then I just saw that there was just so many Harry Potter Legos. I'm like, okay. I just started knocking them out one at a time.
That's exciting.
So that's what got me into it.
So what got you into TikTok? Like what, when you started TikTok, were you like, okay, I'm going to be an influencer, I want to show off Harry Potter stuff, or why'd you get TikTok?
Not at all. Fun. You got me into TikTok. So I made my account during the pandemic, and just like most people, and I was scrolling and liking every Harry Potter person I saw. And then once I got my first Lego set, I started looking into Lego TikToks. And then, of course, you popped up building the Hogwarts castle. And I'm like, I want that. Like, I thought I would build it. I'm like, I want that castle. And, you started like building the castle some more, and then you did one video asking people to show off what makes them a nerd. Yes, and right. I was like, I have things that make me a nerd. This room, by the way, wasn't even set up when you did that video.
Oh, really?
So I had the shelving. I had the shelves up, but nothing was on them. They were completely bare, and everything was scattered around that. And I'm like, I think I can do a really cool video showing off my stuff. So I organized every single shelf and set everything up and turned on my camera, duetted your video. And then when I saw that people actually liked my stuff, I was like, well, I'll just keep showing more of my stuff. And that's how it happened. This was not intentional.
Whoa, so, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that I could give you the kick in the butt to set up your room.
Yes, you really did.
I'm sure Sam was grateful.
Yeah, Sam was so happy to get all this stuff out of the living room, and then I started putting Star Wars stuff in there, and he's like, "Well, this could stay. The Star Wars stuff can stay in the living room."
I started doing that with Lindsay. I was like, babe, but it's Easter themed, so it can go out there, right? And she's like, okay. And I still haven't brought it back in. She came into me today and she's like, hey, your Easter bunny broke, and like handed me a bunch of pieces. Like, okay, I guess it's time to go get everything out of there.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, message received. Oh, my mom says she wants your shirt.
Oh, my Gremlin shirt. Nice. You can find it on Amazon. It was like a $12 shirt. Awesome shirt. I love it. I'm a huge Gremlins fan. Kind of like you said, anything from the 90s, like Goonies, Gremlins. Ghostbusters.
I'm a Goonie. I'm a total Goonie. I'm a Goonie because my mom's a Goonie. So we're all
Really
Goonies. Yes,
nice.
hardcore.
We're all
Yes,
Goonies. Goonies
yes.
never say die.
Never say
Um,
die. Yep.
Now, I do wish everyone asks me, and I never give the appropriate answer. But thinking about it now, asking you the questions, I do wish they did more with Ghostbusters. Like if I could lock down something and go, okay, this is going to be a theme, it would be Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I've seen some cool. Lego's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I've seen some cool aftermarket Ghostbusters stuff, like buildable brick stuff,
Oh.
like 3D printing stuff on Etsy. They've got a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man that's like to scale. If you put it next to the firehouse, which we still don't have. But if you put it next to the firehouse, it's like to scale, but it's still Lego. Like it's got the Lego hands and it's got the Lego body. Like, so that's pretty cool. They did do one. They did a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man minifigure for the Lego Dimensions game, which I never got into, but it's a minifigure. Like it's the same size as everyone else, so it doesn't work. It doesn't work out. I think Funko Pops really have the corner market on those types of things because they just put out a million new things every day.
So fast,
Yeah. Okay. So another random question. I gotta get a new app. What's one common myth about your profession that you would like to debunk?
Common myth as a profession, as a corporate travel agent. Ooh, what can we debunk about travel agents?
I guess you can. You're a veteran. You can go back to the military too. I mean,
common myth about the military. Oh, there's so much. One thing that I find is common is that everybody thinks that everyone joins the military for the same reason. They think that everybody just joins the military because they weren't smart enough to go to college and they weren't motivated in life, or they,
like the stripes,
or they're just extra patriotic. That's not always the case. Some people go because, it provides direction and stability and good, decent pay. You can retire with a good pension. You can get your education through the military. Sure. You can, it provides a lot more opportunities, but I've heard a lot of people just think absolute nonsense about the reason why people enlist. And the thing is, military members are no different than every other human being that you will ever meet. Some are complete awful trash people, and some people are the best humans you will ever meet. You can't just blanket them as one type of person,
that's funny because there's a guy that I follow on here. I don't even know his name. I'd love to give him a shout out. I can't even remember his name. But he 3D prints nerd stuff. He 3D printed a wand. He 3D printed
I follow him.
You do? He just put out a video.
Thing, right?
Yeah. Kind of like thin Italian guy, Yep. Okay. So
he's in the
anyways,
military too.
Yeah, but I remember watching him and then he mentioned something about the military and totally in my head, I was like, no, you're in the military? So you're absolutely right. I do it too. I think, although to be honest, I've always put military service members kind of on a pedestal, where I'm I would never think this guy would be in the military because he's a geek,
Yeah, a lot of people think that, but I went to when I was enlisted, I went there with people who were from all walks of life, people who came, I'm from Chicago originally, and there was
oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, people who came from the straight hood of Chicago to the suburbs of Chicago to the straight more rural area of Southern Illinois, and we all went to the same base, did the same training, had the same
Yeah.
everything, but we're all completely different people. And yeah, you get some nerdy people, you get everybody. It's really just
Sure.
everybody. And a lot of, yeah, I mean, I've told people before, like, oh yeah, I was in the military, and they're like, what did you do? I was like, well, I was an aircraft technician. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Like, yeah, that was my job.
So, what part of Chicago were you from?
I was from. I'm more from the suburbs. I'm from
Mm.
when I say I'm from Chicago, I'm saying it more to people who are not from Chicago. So
Yeah.
like, if you're from like somewhere else, and I say I'm from Chicago, you're not from that general area
Yeah.
of Chicago. But if I'm in Chicago, I tell people like, oh yeah, I'm from the suburbs. Like I'm from the burbs outside of the city.
You want to know something funny? So I tell people all the time that I'm from Boston.
Uh-huh.
What I mean is that my family's from Boston. I'm from Sacramento. like I'm from California, but my family's from Massachusetts, and like I spent so much time in Boston that it's just way easier to be like, yeah, we're from Boston. Like all my sports teams are Boston. Like my dream home is in Boston, you know. So I'm always just like, yeah, it's from Boston. And then when they dig further, I'm like, it's not even Boston, it's Needham, which is like a suburb of Boston. So it's
exactly. But no
like
one's
they're
gonna know
like,
where that is. If I tell
Yeah.
people like I'm
Yeah.
from Darien, they're gonna be like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I'm from Chicago."
Yeah,
That's just-
exactly.
Chicago.
But at least you're from Illinois. Like I'm not even from Massachusetts. Okay, so why do you continue to build Lego? Do you find therapeutic value in it? Is it relaxing? Like what? Take me through the decision when you're sitting down and you're going, you know what? I'm going to take an hour and build some Lego.
Well, one thing I like about Lego, which is the same thing I liked about, like, I'm the type of person who likes doing repetitive structured tasks. So like diamond painting, I was really big into like doing the little diamond painting, or
You know, you mentioned that before. What is diamond painting?
it's like this large printed picture with adhesive on top that you put these small little gems on to kind of just gem up the picture, and it just makes it like
Really?
cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, it takes hours, and you're taking one tiny microscopic gem at a time and putting it on this huge format photo and bringing it to life, all glittery and stuff. And, you know, that's kind of like you said, very therapeutic. It's just, it takes your mind off of it, and it gives you a monotonous task to just kind of blank your brain off.
Interesting. That's cool. That's cool.
And that's what I like about Lego, is like if I'm having a very like rough day and I'm just not in the mood to really speak, and I'm not in the mood to, you know, hold a conversation or have my brain running too hard, I'll usually put on a show like The Office, something I've seen a million times over, as background noise, and just build.
Yeah.
Or I build with you. Or, you know, when you go live and you start building, I'll take out my Lego and I'll start building too, because it feels like I'm building with somebody. Yeah. So
see, that's cool. That's cool. That was, you know, it's funny. That was actually my, if there was any conscious like idea in my head of like I want to do this, because I did not set out to become an influencer by any stretch of the imagination either. But I was like, I want to get to 1,000 people so I can go live and build. And then like in my head, I was like, maybe we could get a bunch of people together and like build the same thing, you know? And because I truly believe in the therapeutic value of Lego, and I was like, dude, we're in the midst of 2020, like all that's been going on. We need some therapy here, you know?
Yeah.
So yes. I'm stoked that you said that, because, you know, you're never sure. It is the weirdest thing on this side, because you never know what people actually think about what you're doing, you know? So it's nice to hear that. That's cool.
Yeah. It's definitely a little break from your day when you get to just sit down and listen to a friend speak about Lego while you build Lego. So it's very therapeutic.
Yeah. What's one common misconception about Lego?
There are misconceptions about Lego.
Oh,
I
come on.
guess
You
I need
don't
to
get
know.
it? Like the whole, uh, you're an adult. You shouldn't be playing with toys,
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I haven't gotten any of that.
Oh,
But I
you're
have
lucky.
seen other Lego creators get that. Like you're an adult, like you're a grown, grown man. And it's usually targeted
Hmm.
at a lot of men. I have noticed that. I do want to
Yeah,
like
totally.
focus and hone in on the difference between
Hmm.
female Lego creators and male Lego creators. Um, Male Lego creators get a lot of like crap towards them
Uh-huh.
regarding like their hobby. It's a hobby. It's a thing I like to do
Yeah.
to keep me occupied. I'm spending my money. And it's
Right,
like,
right, right.
you'll see them be like, oh, you're an adult. This is what you spend all your money on. Yes, because I'm an adult and I have
Because
adult
I
money to spend
can.
my money on. Yes.
Yeah, totally,
Um,
totally, totally.
Luckily, it doesn't come at me too much. I never get people who are like, you're an adult woman. I
That's
collect
cool.
Harry Potter toys.
Yeah. Right.
I don't get that, but
Yeah.
I have seen it on some of the men's
It is
pages.
weird. It does seem to be something that's targeted at men for whatever. Like I don't know why. But you're right. Like, do you follow? There's a creator, Bricks and Bimbos. Do you follow her?
I think I think so.
She's awesome. Um, but I've never seen. I mean, she gets the comments that us guys never get.
Yeah.
Like
Well, yeah.
the other bad comments.
The
But
other
I've never
ones,
seen
yes.
anybody being like, "Why don't you go pick up a hammer with your soft?" Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
definitely different. Like people that really look at men like you are a
yeah,
man. You should be outside touching a car on your day
yeah,
off.
yeah,
But like
exactly,
sometimes I
exactly.
just want to be out inside building something that makes me happy. But girls don't seem to really get that sort of flack. Like they kind of expect a girl to still play with toys, but
Yeah,
not a man.
totally. So that's good. That's a really good observation. So I just wanted to take a second here and open up mods. Keep an eye out, guys. If you guys want to send us questions, just put them down in the chat. We're gonna open that up for both of us, and then the mods will send it to us in our moderator chat. Okay.
Can you see the chats? Because I only see like my friends.
I can see the chat. Yeah. I
Okay, okay.
see. I actually think I see both of ours.
Really?
Maybe that's because I'm the host.
Ah,
But
okay.
but yeah. Anyways. So what do you think about the sets that were released today for pre-order? Yeah, sure. I can see that.
Which ones were released for pre-order? I
Oh,
didn't check.
you didn't? They were
Which,
all those ones that I posted in our Facebook group.
oh, those are all up for pre-order right now?
Yeah, well, not all of them. Not all of them. The chess set, the buildable figures.
Is Fox out?
Yep. Fox
Okay.
is out for pre-order. Now for a June 1st delivery.
Yeah.
So, but actually, if you get them today, they do count for double points on Lego.com.
Okay,
So, yeah.
so I'm gonna have to go through that then because
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
know.
I don't pay attention. So I got off work today and just.
So, but you obviously saw the pictures because you commented on them. So,
Yes.
So, what do you think about those?
Did they change the tops of the like castles to green, or is that just the picture?
So they used to be green. Now, back in the day, I have to admit, again, I'm colorblind. So, but they used to be green. The like 15 years ago when they first came out, well, I guess 20 years ago when they first came out, all of the tops were, in fact, hang on. I think I've got one right here. Like an OG, maybe I don't. Yes, I do. So, they had these, like, these were the original tops.
I don't like
And
that.
so, yeah. And so they've gone back to that color. which
that makes me upset. That upsets me.
Well,
my brain of my consistent, like I love consistency brain, saw that and short circuit a little bit.
Well, you have to remember that what they are, what this whole year is about is the 20th anniversary of Lego Harry Potter. So they're going back. Yeah, they're revisit. Like, I don't know if you saw this, and we talked about it way more in the podcast than we did on TikTok. But the Great Hall set has a dueling club piece, which was one of the very first Harry Potter sets back in the day. Was they had dueling clubs, but for each house. So kind of like they have the books now. There's like a Slytherin dueling club, a Gryffindor dueling club, a Ravenclaw, and a Hufflepuff dueling club. And they had this little table that had a rubber band mechanism that if you hit the Technic brick, that it launched the minifigure. That's cool. And that's back in this new one. So I think their aim was just bringing back like throwing back to, they went back to Chamber of Secrets, and they're just paying homage to the old sets. But in fact, I think I saw this piece, which was only molded for like 1 year on Harry Potter sets only. So I think I saw that piece on the top of what would be the Astronomy Tower, but there's not an Astronomy Tower set. It's just a piece of the Great Hall. But yeah, they did used to be green.
I saw that. It threw me off, but I did like the Great Hall, but you see the Chamber of Secrets, and they gave a better basilisk.
Way better basilisk.
Yeah, the basilisk for the whole Hogwarts set, it's just like a teeny weeny little snake. Yeah. And then the basilisk that came in the Great Hall set was, I don't know what that thing was, that black and white. So we get a good basilisk, which I'm happy about.
And a good Salazar Slytherin too. That statue looks awesome. And I was really stoked to see that it's the same face print, just magnified from the one on the minifigure that came with Hogwarts. So that was really cool. I have to be honest, the thing that I like about it is also, again, the thing that I hate about it is they're completely, they're getting rid of this style. So back when they created these three sets, the Astronomy Tower, the Clock Tower, and Great Hall, the idea, and actually the Whomping Willow too, and I know I'm missing something else. But all of those sets were supposed to connect together to create a big Hogwarts. And then what happened was they started to run into issues with the heights of connecting, because the designers, how in every Lego set it's very very meticulous on the height of a brick versus the height of a plate, right? Well, the designers weren't paying attention to how tall the other sets were. So when you were trying to connect them, they'd be like a plate off, and so they wound up scrapping that whole idea. That we're not seeing any additions to this, which is kind of a bummer, But anyways, I'm looking at, okay. Do either of us play Dungeons and Dragons?
I used to. When I was in high school. Yes. When I was in high school.
Oh my gosh.
Dragons. So I haven't played many. When was the last time? A long time ago. That was the last time I played.
Really?
But I did have a great campaign run by a great DM who was one of my best friends, and he taught me everything, and I probably brain dumped the majority of it, but I loved it when I did play it. So
what was your class?
Oh, I don't know. He wrote it all for me.
Really?
I don't remember my sheet. I don't remember my character specs or my name, because he basically baby stepped and walked my hand through all of it. Because I was just like, I don't know what to do, help me out. Cool. And he would just make it up for me. I would come to his house early and he would help me write a spec sheet and everything before everybody else came. And then
That's really
I
cool.
was kind of like, what do I do now? And I was just playing around. I did that for about 2 years and still don't remember.
That's funny. So I always wanted to play D&D. Always wanted to play D&D. I bought, when I was a kid, I bought some of the campaign books. And I bought like a book on monsters. And I got super into it, but I couldn't find anybody to play with me. So I never wound up playing. And then fast forward, right before the pandemic hit, I had started a campaign with, believe it or not, some friends from church to do Call of Cthulhu. Have you ever played Call of Cthulhu? So it's like a 1920s D&D.
Really?
And I was like, yeah, dude, it was so much fun.
That
Like,
is cool.
like your weapons are like Tommy guns, and like, yeah, it's so much fun. It's all based on like the H.P. Lovecraft stuff. Yeah, I was super stoked about it. I had the coolest character. My character was like a priest who had been kicked out of the church, but he was like still a demon like slayer. Like I got way too into it. I bought like a compass, which was like one of his props, and I like came with a hat and a compass. Like I was way into it. So
well,
for like
way cooler. Like they made me like a nymph that like seduced men and cabins for information. So
of course they did.
Like,
of course they did.
Yeah, like I wanted to be like a badass. Like I wanted to be someone who was like, super like tough. And they're like, so you are a nymph and you seduce men for information. I'm like, but you're the person I'm getting the information from. They're like,
yeah,
yes.
right.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder why you made me that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Wow. That's funny. I got way too into it for like 6 days. And then they were like, oh, pandemic happened and you can't go out anywhere. So I just sat there with my fedora and my my props, and I was like, darn it. I almost got to live my like fantasy life.
Oh man.
Okay, here we go. Who would win in a fight? Han Solo or Indiana Jones?
Han Solo.
Why? Wait, what? Why?
I don't know. I feel like Han Solo wouldn't go down. Like I don't know what Han Solo's scared of. Like Indiana Jones is scared of freaking snakes. Like throw a snake at him, he's done.
Okay,
I can't think of what Han Solo. What's his like weakness that you would win against Han Solo?
I mean, to be fair, he had equally as bad aim as the stormtroopers. Maybe a little bit better. Like maybe a little bit better because he actually hit somebody. But like, how many shots did Han Solo throw away? You don't see Indy throwing away any shots, and Indy's got a whip. I guess Han does have Chewie.
Cool for me for some reason. Less cool for me.
I just remember
like,
Indy.
I have a blaster. I have a whip. Like I don't know.
Remember?
Cool.
Yeah, I have a whip. Come here, baby.
Yeah, it's like okay.
You know, funny enough, Indiana Jones was also a nymph who seduced people for information.
That's
Full
how
circle.
I on a spiritual level.
Yeah. That's awesome. No, I feel like Indy would win because I remember seeing. Do you guys remember that scene where he like takes on the like 500-pound giant Nazi, and he like throws him into the propeller blades?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's worth something, right? That's gotta be worth something.
Yeah. Maybe I need to appreciate Indy a little bit more, but just Han Solo.
Cheryl says I feel like they would put on a pretty good fight. Physically they're very equally matched.
I would hope so.
Although it is worth noting that like right before Harrison Ford played Han Solo, he was like a carpenter. And then right before he played Indiana Jones, he was like just an actor.
Yeah,
so, so I feel like he had a little bit more going for him back in the Han Solo days.
yeah, he did.
That's fun. Okay, so we're actually getting to the wrap up point. Is there anything that you wanted to ask me?
Well, I came on here unprepared because I didn't know.
You did. To be fair, I didn't tell Eric what we were going to be talking about either.
Oh no? Okay.
No.
So that you would have been the same thing. Okay. It's like you ever do like those job interviews or like you have anything to ask us and you forget everything.
You're all. I'm sure I do later.
Yeah, you leave. You're like,
I
didn't ask about my 401k. I'm gonna have that same moment tonight. Watch.
Well, I will be very clear. We don't offer a 401k here, so.
Darn it. No paid days off either, I'm assuming.
Yeah, nope, not gonna work. Goatee Art says Jones is better at getting out of situations on his own. So maybe Indy would just run.
I mean, Han is very lucky. I think he gets out of situations because he's lucky.
I actually feel like lucky. I feel like there's some Force stuff going on. Like, he's got to have some metachlorians somewhere that gets him out of those situations.
Because he's extraordinarily... I mean, he puts himself in positions where he's supposed to die. So he's extremely lucky with what he gets himself out of. So, yeah, they're both pretty slippery, actually. Totally. I think they're both equally slippery.
Cheryl the cat says she's going to text you at 3 a.m. with questions.
It's like, he should have asked this.
Yeah.
No, you know what's funny is because, you know, modding the chats and everything, I see everyone's questions. So I'm like, oh, yeah, he's been asked that. No, yeah, no.
Yeah, of course.
We know that about Mo. We know all this about Mo.
Right.
But yeah, when are we doing a Legoland meetup?
That is in the works. That is totally in the works. The question is one, pandemic, because states are all still very different.
Yes, after the panoramic.
California did just open up. So California is completely open as of like, I think it's like the 15th. So, yesterday. So it opened up completely yesterday.
Oh.
So yeah, that's a factor. And then also, you know, again, just because of the trolls, we do have to put some sort of safety barrier there. And we're trying to figure out what that looks like. But it is in the works. It's totally in the works. We will all get together. We're just going to content create with one another. And we'll have like what's that house that they have in LA that like everyone... It's like the TikTok house or whatever.
House? Is it the hype house?
Yeah, that's it. The hype house. We're going to have like a Lego hype house.
A Lego hype house? That'd be fantastic. Just a bunch of nerdy people that are like, do you have a 2x4? It'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
People always have someone to play D&D with. Always.
My hope is that we have Gringotts finished by then. And so then we can, like, all of us build it together. I think that would be so cool. That would be so rad. Cool. I know that we're going to have, like, specific shirts, like the Fam from the Start shirts. We're going to have specific shirts for that. It's something that actually gets added to every single day. you know? It is. Me and Lindsay constantly talk about it. What it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. I still have this like inner issue where I'm like, people don't want to go to that. Like, you know, you're just a dude. Like, people don't want to go to that. You know.
Oh my goodness, no! Everybody would want to come to that.
Right.
Everybody would want to come to that.
And then on top of that, I'm like, well, everyone's my friend. So, like, it'd be weird to charge anything. You know what I mean? So there's like if we don't charge anything, how do we keep the trolls away?
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of like inner questions that I need to like answer you are worth it. You know
Yeah,
what
we
I
can
mean?
make it happen. I have almost 500,000 followers, but someone has to come.
I
Someone has
know.
to come.
Stuart the Cat says, suggestion, can we have a bouncy house obstacle course? Because why not? You know what we should do? We
Girl,
should
you think I
all
could go up an obstacle course? I haven't done exercise since I was in the military. You think I'm gonna go up an obstacle?
bounce houses are not fun for me. I just go in and like I just stand there and they don't bounce.
Just lightly
I'm a
bounce
big
up and
guy.
down.
Yeah. Um I feel like maybe we all should take our favorite Lego set and then like we have to carry it through the obstacle course without like while everyone else is jumping. Like I know.
How the hell is it? Like,
Dude,
yeah.
two arms. You got this. You were in the military. You'll figure it out.
I'm gonna duct tape the whole thing together. No.
Yeah. Right. Okay, cool. So as an influencer, you know, you're growing. You're at what? You're like 6,000 followers now? No,
No,
where are you at?
Like 4,900.
Okay, 5,000. That's good. You'll be at 6,000, no problem. So what's the plan? Where do you take DrigiblePlum28? What do you want to see happen here?
Well, that's a good question because I've kind of been asking myself that. I like doing what I like doing. I like building Lego and collecting Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
And as long as people continue to enjoy that, and of course my stop motions, I've been like really getting into my stop motions and trying to improve on my stop motions as much as possible because they're fun and I like doing them and they laugh. So I'm like, I want to continue that. I want to see how far that can go, how like advanced I can take that. But you know, I just want to keep collecting and I want people to enjoy my collection. I actually got today a message from Conquest Journals, which is someone who is licensed with Harry Potter, who makes their own planners, photo albums and everything. And she offered to send me her first batch of brand new Harry Potter like albums.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's
and it
cool.
freaked me out. It freaked me out because I've been purchasing her stuff for a while now, and I was obsessed. And she's like, "Hey, can I, give me your address? I want to send you one of our brand new items." And I'm like, "See, this is the kind of stuff I want to be able to do one day. I want to show people new product and do giveaways of new products and just make people Harry Potter happy." I know Harry Potter is kind of dying on TikTok right now, but I want to keep it because I love it. It's just it's something I really enjoy. So.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
I don't know if it's dying. Why do you think it's dying?
It is dying a little bit.
Really?
And honestly, it's not even because of it was a big fad in the beginning of like the pandemic. Like TikTok goes through waves of like, totally. I really like this now, and like Avatar: The Last Airbender was really big when I came in. And then where is it now? It's gone.
Sure.
And the same thing is kind of happening with a lot of the Harry Potter related stuff. But I'm a Harry Potter adult and I want to keep the magic alive for the young. I have a lot of young followers who are just getting into collecting and I just want to fuel that capitalist fire and get them still going and keep going and collecting, and I have some friends, Harry Potter friends who had never built a Lego set before, who saw my page and bought a Harry Potter Lego set because they wanted it part of their collection, so I like that. I like that I gave just a spark of, desire to do something that might be considered a little childish, like bring a little childish back into their life.
Right. That's cool. I love that. So are you going to start a YouTube channel or is TikTok the home?
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna start a YouTube channel because I've seen like the high quality content you put out on YouTube is beautiful, and I don't have the skill, patience, or technical ability to even construct a video that isn't more than 60 seconds. Like 60 seconds is like that's my sweet spot. I know what I'm doing in 1 minute. You put out 5-10 minute videos and you're like, that's a lot of content. I'm not at the place where I have enough to say.
Right. And it is interesting also where you for 60 seconds, you don't have to there's a different level of investment emotionally, right? Like there is a bit of every time I put out a podcast, or like I uploaded the live from the other night, and I'm always like, did I say something off color? Did I, you know what I mean? Like, whereas
Right.
with 60 seconds, you're like, okay, I know who I am for 60 seconds, you know? Um, anyways, okay, perfect. So, guys, if you guys want to join us, we in the show notes for this podcast and in the link in the bio for my TikTok is the Facebook group. Go and grab that link. It won't be available forever. We are going to limit the amount of people who are allowed to join us in that Facebook group, to just keep it to the, you know, the real fam. So thank you so much for coming on, Crystal. I really appreciate it. Right after this, I'm going to be downloading this, and then you'll be in next Friday's podcast. That'll be what the next podcast is. So,
Awesome.
speaking of which, we dropped a new podcast today, talking about all of the new Harry Potter sets. So go check that out. Yeah, I'm super excited. If you guys are interested in going beyond the bricks with me and sitting down for a conversation, go ahead and send me a DM. Ask Crystal. It was painless, right? Other than the career question and what was your biggest failure? Anyways, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Crystal, thank you so much for being a part of this, especially at the last moment. We love you so much. You've been here since the beginning, like 10,000 followers. So I love you. You're amazing. Thanks for always having our back.
Always.
Guys, I just want to remind you before we hop off. Don't leave, okay? I'm going to bring you guys in a little close, okay? Come here. Family time. I want to remind you that you matter. What you do in this life matters. Who you are matters. And you've been put together in such a unique and intentional way that I just want to feed into that. Whatever makes you unique, whatever makes you who you are, that's what counts. Our world would collapse if we had a billion clones running around, right? So I just want to feed into that. Who you are is important, and you are amazing. Thank you for being a part of the fam. I'm sure that I speak for Drigi when I say that we both love you and we're both grateful for you. Guys, if you don't follow DrigiblePlum28, go get over on her page, smash that follow button. Let's get her to that 6,000, okay? I love you, Drigi. Thanks for being here. I love you all. I am so excited to be to have the honor to get to spend these nights with you. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night when we return to building the corner garage. It's going to be fun. Stay tuned for a video about my new UCS X-Wing. That's going to be awesome. And make sure that you're checking out DrigiblePlum's content as well.